Speaking of sports, I believe yesterday is the only day, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the only day in the entire calendar year that there is not a single sporting event or professional sporting event on the calendar. Is that right?
Wow. You are correct.
You are correct, sir.
Ding, 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 ding. That's why the beautiful and ever so enticing ESPYs are on.
That's right. The timing around it all. Isn't that just ironic or coincidental? But I believe there might be one other day too, if I'm not mistaken. There's 2 days in the calendar year where there's not a professional sporting event on the calendar.
What is the other one? I know it's always like, there's no events today. Is it before March Madness, maybe?
It could be right around that time, but there's the baseball still going on. Maybe yesterday is the only day.
Yeah, I think yesterday's the only day, or I think there may be one day before March Madness where the NBA and the NHL aren't playing, but they always play. So no, it's always a Monday. They play straight through the week. NBA's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, right? Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know. We're off the rails live.
You got great hair.
Let's kick this off proper. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Samboner Show. I'm Samboner Mick, alongside, as always, Mr. Colin Thompson. How we doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Life is good. Everything's going great. Not for long media. Free agent life's good, man. Trying to get a job here as we wind down July into August and staying in shape and getting ready to rock, man. It's a little light.
What do you think, Samboner? Should Colin just call it a day and take on Samboners full time, or should he get back in the good old suit and give it one more college try? Now, I understand where you're coming from.
Run out the tunnel one more time, or eat a sandwich every day. I do that anyway.
The tunnel with a cheesesteak in your hand, baby.
That's the point, right? I should have. If I ever sign with the Eagles, I'll for sure do that. I think that's the point of doing, I'm fortunate my job for the last 7 years of playing pro football, 6 years, is you can do everything else in Sambone and have fun and do all these different things. You'll like this. This is a good story here. This is a good food story. Down in Cape May, I took a week off. I trained a couple times in there, but mentally I took a week off. We slowed everything down and off for long media. My usual schedule is nutty, and so is Mick's, and so is everyone's listening. But I'm in MaGerks, great little spot. Probably 3-4 days out of 5, right? It's got great cocktails, great little apps, the whole nine. The chefs, one of the chefs know me. I coach football down there, so I know a lot of the locals, and one of the kids I coach is a bar back there. And his dad calls me the next day and says, "Hey, you were the talk of the kitchen last night." I was like, I only had like one margarita at that point in time. I think I was okay, right? I ordered some clams. They have great raw clams. I ordered some, sausage from our friends over at Wildwood barbecue. And they have the best burger in town. It's unreal. And supposedly the kitchen staff's like, there's no effing way this guy plays in the NFL. He's been here 4 straight nights. All he does is eat and drink. There's no way this guy makes it in the league. I was like, oh, man, I'm never going back. I can't do it. I'm like, if they knew what the rest of the league was doing, I'd be doing just fine. So I digress. Mickey, talk about our friends of the show here, man. Let's get this thing rocking.
Absolutely. We could not be here chopping it up with you fellas if it wasn't for the Original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge all across the country, chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter. They are absolutely crushing it this summer. It is the absolute best time to get your fudge game on. As a matter of fact, somebody dropped off a box not too long ago, and it was completely devoured in a short 2 days. My kids crushed that fudge. There's nothing better than the Original Fudge Kitchen during the summer months. 2 more shout outs. Bear with us. Again, good, big friends of the Samboner Show, MaGerks. You got to get to MaGerks, your local MaGerks. 2 locations in Maryland, 3 locations in Pennsylvania, 1 in North Carolina. I think they're brewing up another. There's one on the Elon University campus. MaGerks is absolutely dominating the game, bringing the authentic Philly cheesesteak, the jumbo crab pretzels, the famous tempura pickles, and you just got to get after it at MaGerks. Quick true fact, Colin.
Hit me.
MaGerks in Horsham. Shout out to my grandfather. Gin and tonic. Him and his buddy used to post up behind every single LaSalle High School basketball game. He's got a nice picture on the wall. They pay homage to all. The one in Horsham and Fort Washington pays homage to all the local high schools, the Philadelphia Catholic League, the Interact, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a nice little picture of my grandfather, Ed Johnson, posted up on the Horsham MaGerks. Him and his buddy Gin and Tonic. Well, their nicknames were Gin and Tonic. Classic stuff. And last but not least, big shout out to the Wharf over in Wildwood, New Jersey. Family-run waterfront restaurant. Get there by foot, get there by boat, get there by car. They are absolutely crushing it. They just brought in an additional 500 new seats.
Unreal.
The side beach bar. Colin, you saw it. We were there. Unfortunately, we got halted for our live show, but Damien and the crew, him and his brother, holding down the food truck at the new Island Beach Bar, all the beach games surrounding the bar. Like, honestly, there's enough room out there to put in an in-ground pool. Honest, Damien, you should put an in-ground pool out there, or maybe a dunk tank.
He should. We'll put Damien in the dunk tank, or Mick in the dunk tank with a Samboner hat on. No, really, all kidding aside, I've been to the Wharf a few times, right? I mean, Cape May, it's not that far. But that's a spot that's going to be a part of the local rotation now for me and my Cape May friends. We were talking about it because that back bar we sat at where we did the show, great little shade, great little back bar. That's a place you could sit all day. It's disconnected from the property. The inside, tons of seating, the bar is awesome, right? It's like old school Jersey Shore, really cool nostalgia. You pull up in the parking lot, though, and look to your right. That beach over there, I mean, that's insanity. That's the sides of the property across the street from the Wharf, and that's just getting started, right? That's the first version of it. You got all the boat slips right there, too. If you can't park on the front side of the Wharf, you wrap around the backside there. I was blown away by it. It was bummed the power went out. We will be back. Mick and I are talking about it. August, September. But that's a place for the fall, or late summer. I mean, I was blown away by it. I really was. It was spectacular, and I can't wait to be back.
Doing it right. They're also affiliated to the Firehouse Tavern, local dive bar around the corner. If you've ever not been to the Firehouse, great little spot. Maybe we touch on that for a bar of the week.
I live for the dive bar.
And lastly but not least, just a quick affiliate shout out. As you know, the Samboners, big affiliates of Hank Sauce out of Sea Isle City. If you're going to pick yourself up a nice bottle of Hank's, use the affiliate promo code SAMBONE. You can pick it up online. I highly recommend you get your hands on this stuff. You can find it everywhere, the Acme's and all the different grocery stores up and down the East Coast. Those guys, Matt and the team, are doing wonders at Hank Sauce. So we are in high gear, baby. Summer is, I don't know, it's summer. No, not halfway through, but I will say, like, the July 4th mark, you said it on your show, Colin, it's like the halfway mark of the year. Like, all the professional sports get to just take one day to kind of just reset the brain and then look into the second half of the year and like, what do we got, man? What do we got? Because the July 4th week is a complete shutdown, especially when it falls on a Tuesday, right? At one point we were asking ourselves, like, when is 4th of July weekend? Is it the weekend prior? Is it the weekend after? As for me, I thought I just said, let's just go back to back, baby. It's a double header.
That's what I did. And I'll be honest with you, the momentum dropped off in Cape May, I thought. Now, of course, Saturday is a whole new batch of renters, and that's okay. But it was nutty. I thought, again, not an opinion, just based off what I saw in Cape May on the Jersey Shore, it was nutty leading up to the 4th of July. So the week before the 4th, first, second, third, fourth, that was bedlam. The next day, and I base it kind of how many people are in our marina and who's downtown, because the marina, right, who's using the boats. Like 4th of July, there's no parking in the marina. 3-4 days before, no parking. It was only 25% full the rest of the week. So you get a good taste of like fishing and people enjoying the boats and all that. So I always base it off that. So I think people celebrated the week before. I mean,
I agree with you. And unfortunately, I don't think there's a concept as like in college, you can like these, I never did this, but like they have like these IV trucks, like there's IV RVs. You can kind of like almost refresh your batteries and they pump like a blood system into your arm or whatever. I think they should actually come out with a new idea and hand out new liver transplants. Honestly, like step into the RV and grab a new liver. And no, I'm just kidding, because that's what it feels like after 5-6 days, just getting after it, hanging out with your family, friends. You got to sit back. You got to recharge the battery. That's why I came home, Colin. Check on the yard, maybe play with my leaf blower for a couple of hours.
Oh,
I got the dog outside. He's in the baby pool. All is good.
Damn right. Everything's excellent. Everything's excellent.
No, but we got plenty of time here to continue and enjoy the summer. The beach has been unbelievable. The water temperatures are at an all-time high. I think yesterday my daughter and I got in there. It was like 76 degrees. Clear as day. Waves were crashing. Nice little green flag action. Green flag means it's just a nice, easy day on the ocean. Yellow means it's a little rough. Red means it's pretty much don't go in. But no, it's been a great week there at the Jersey Shore for anybody that's vacationing right now.
No doubt, man. It was great to be down again. Being in Annapolis is awesome, and I love living here. But it's good to be on the shore, get the vibes, and like I said, stay tuned. Mick and I are going to be going live and doing some things here. If I'm not signed anywhere in the fall, I'm going to, business as usual. But we'll see.
Hey, Howie.
Yeah,
we're waiting.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fit there for what they do. It's very like spread it out kind of offense, and they go really with a lot of one tight end stuff. It's not really a fit for me. Now there's other teams that run like the old school offenses, like the Niners, Vikings, Rams, right, with all these play action, all that stuff. That's more my gig. But who knows? We'll see.
Have you ever played special teams?
Oh yeah, you have to in the league.
So are you play on the kickoff team?
I'm not on kickoff, too slow, but I'm kickoff return. I'm on punt return. I'm on punt. So I'm three.
I mean, the guys on kickoff team, I mean, are they essentially suicidal?
Used to be that way. Now it's more of your linebackers, your safeties, those type of players. If you're a fullback, but the tight ends on kickoff is kind of, unless you can really run. And a lot of times guys are banging out the back of the end zone into kickoff. Folks, that's a freaking bonus. Like, you get paid per play in the league as a bonus. When that happens, man, like, that's a big deal. When you get kicked out of the back of the end zone, it's like cha-ching, especially an undrafted guy. It's like $400 or $500 a play, and you're touching your buddy. So the leagues, if you can hang in there, man, it's the best place in the world. It's just really cutthroat, man. Like, I'm 3 games away from my pension. I've been playing 6-7 years. So it's really, it's not all what it's a beautiful place, but it's a really tough place to continue to go. So what do we got, Mick? We got beer month. We got glizzy gobbler. We got freaking hot dogs. Oh
my God. Yeah. Where to begin? You know what? Let's just talk about beer month though for a second.
Take a look, take a sip.
Take a look, take a sip. We opened up the doors on beer month. I'm a guy who's been in sales 20 years, and we're always chomping at the bit, trying to reach quota, and building up the funnel, if you will. Well, I got to tell you, we reached quota before we even made it to July. We hammered down beer month. We kicked it off in style. I brought this up on my Mondays with Mick session on Mondays, knocked off some rust there, had some technical difficulties, but yeah, it's either here or there. We got through it. We continue to power through here at the Samboner show. But, we kicked things off with the whack with Jason Kelsey, an absolute Samboner at heart. Kid's an absolute mutant, honestly. He must have drank 50 beers that day. And here we are, fast forward 3 weeks, not even 2 weeks. We got Samboners coming in from Florence, Italy. We got Samboners coming in from the Dominican Republic. And then on the flip side, we got kids out there, Sambone and Bush Light, Mango. What else did we get? I'm drawing a blank, dude. Like, that's the beauty of Samboners, right? We don't care what you're drinking, what you're smoking. At the end of the day, just get out there and Sambone it, because this couldn't be the more easier thing to Sambone. Because I got upset. I got upset a couple days ago. I'm like, damn, like 2 days just went by. I didn't pick up a Sambone. And then the following day, I picked up like 6 or 7. All right, we're back. Let's go. But, beer month is in high gear. And, looking back on the months, just like the themed months, like Samboners doesn't usually get heat until towards like the second half of the month. And here we are still on the early part of the month, July 13th. And we got Kelsey on the board. We got Sambones in Italy. We got Sambones in the Dominican Republic. What's to come here? I came home just to take a little reset. I could have fired a couple back last night, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to check on the lawn. I had a Miller Lite to put myself to sleep. And, yeah, man. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Colin's going to be Samboning beers. He's too worried about going back into the NFL. Like, who wants to fucking play in the NFL?
I had plenty last week. I'm good. This is dry season for me, baby. This is dry season for me. I usually shut it down for a good.
I was looking for someone that would, like, I need to get a kid, and this would be probably inappropriate. I was thinking at one point, like, if we get a kid to whack a root beer.
Oh, there you go. That's fine. Oh, man.
Maybe a little root beer float Sambone going.
Take a look, take a sip, have a root beer, float. Why the hell not? Yeah. Listen, it was a hell of a run for me. Like, usually every year I don't look forward to it, right? Because all I'm eating now is turkey, salmon, chicken, rice, salad. Like that's it. And we're going to talk about our top 5 condiments here. And I load up a lot of condiments on it. So, but my point is, this is a part of like the deal for me, Samboner. So it's like a roller coaster ride from here till September. And then I just get back to normal. When
You have to be disciplined. Like I will say, like this whole craft beer craze, it picked up in like 2014, 2015. Now we're at a point, Colin, like I think at one point, this is a true fact. Like Phoenixville is a hotbed for breweries and bars, specifically breweries, but that 20 to 30 mile per capita around Phoenixville has the most breweries in the entire country. And now fast forward, like that stat was from like 5 or 6 years ago. And now fast forward, like these breweries continue to evolve. They're popping up everywhere. They're all over the Jersey Shore. They're all over Philadelphia, the inner city, the suburbs, Delco, Bucks, Monco. Like, let me ask you a question. Is there probably a higher preference at this point for like that Gen Z, if you will, to go venture out to a brewery versus go to like a Seaview Inn and pop into a bar and crack open 5-6 Miller Lights?
It's a great question. So you're talking about my age group?
I don't know. What would be the Gen Z age group? How would that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I'm not calling anybody out here, but what I'm witnessing.
You're saying a younger group. Like, I get it. I grew up on a bar stool. Like, I go with my dad. We went to lunch. He had 5-6 beers, right? Like, that's what we did. He drank his MGD. My uncle drank his Coors Light. It's what they drink. They don't venture from it. They don't try new. I get it. Yeah. So, and I get me. I'm like I'm an old soul, right? I've been to the Seaview. I'm going to sit there. We're going to BS, have some pops, have a good time, some wings. It's good camaraderie. It's fun. It just depends. I think now it's an addition, because what do I have a flavor for today? It's my wife and I, we get the dog. Let's go have 2-3 beers, over here at this, Cape May Brew, whatever, a brewery in Phoenixville, a brewery in Bucks. Let's go see a new area and support their business up in Peddler's Village, or I'm going to go to Delco. There's one in Delco. So I think that's cool.
But here's the advantage though. Here's the advantage. The advantage going to a brewery is that you could pick up a nice IPA that's got that 6.5% alcohol volume, $7-8, sip on it and catch a little buzz. Grab another and catch even a bigger buzz. You go to a bar like in a major city or one of these Jersey islands, and you have to drink 8 Miller Lights at $7 a pop. It's getting you nowhere, right? So I think
it just depends, but it gets you somewhere like socially and who you're going with. It's a different social drink. I get it. I understand. I just think now there's more options. It's good. Some bar owners are like, wow, they don't like the breweries. They're taking away their business. No, it's not. It's not taking away your business. It's giving them opportunities to go different things. That's our world today. That's the next generation. Give people experiences, because this takes away our experiences, the phone, right? Oh, yeah. Like I'm looking at AI and all this stuff, and I'm looking at my wife last night. I'm like, Sid, we got to invest or somehow get in experiences, bars, restaurants, travel, because everyone now is either here and then escape it and go to a bar, restaurant, and travel and take pictures of it and post it, right? The same thing what we're doing on here. So, no, it's a great point, Mick. Beer month, there's more beer in the world now than ever, right? Like everybody. Cape May Brew comes out with a new seltzer every week.
I don't know, man. I'm at the bar all the time, and I'm an old soul as well. I'm a guy that goes to the bar, gets a couple Miller Lights, but I'm seeing these 22, 23-year-olds come in and order a cappuccino martini or whatever, frappuccino martini, and it's like, what the fuck is that?
But that's always happened. I just think people weren't aware of it. Yeah, someone comes in and say, I'll do a martini. Sure.
No, martini for sure. Yeah, on ice. Like a good martini, but like these I don't know.
Espresso martinis. Again, I think that's a part of the culture of the phone, right? Like before you go to a bar, you see what your parents order, and then you get with your friends, and you're like, hey, let's get a couple MGDs, whatever. You didn't really know. You didn't.
Shout out MGD.
That's what my dad used to drink, right? And then he switched to Ultra. But my point is, like, I think you just see what you see, and then you do it. Like any kid, now you see it on the phone. So you see, somewhere in South Beach, someone sipping on a, espresso martini. Boom! Now everyone's doing
espresso. Let's make another shot out. My dad used to drink Budweiser, and then he had a Michelob kick. You remember Michelob?
But just pure Michelob.
Yeah, like the golden bottle. Oh, I could picture it like it was yesterday. I love Michelob.
Yeah. You were taking them out of the fridge.
Oh my God. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting to see, man. They continue to evolve. Like, Mike Gill and I on that the ESPN episode, we were just talking about Slack Tide out in South Jersey. and they're blowing up. They just built a new location out there in Egg Harbor Township, and it's just, the big ones out here in Bucks County, Warwick Brewery, like, dude, it's monstrosity, and these places are filling up day in and day out. I firmly believe it's taking business away from the bar scene, but that again is
listen. I hear you. I think sure, yes, couple X and Y is not going to sit at the bar, but at the end of the day, is that compatible for a couple long term? I think it is, but sometimes my wife and I, she's like, hey, let's get out. It's a nice day. Like, do we want to go sit inside of a pub, or do we want to go outside? We're not at the Jersey Shore, mind you. We're not outside at the beach. We're like in our hometown. We're in Bucks. We're in Montgomery. Let's go to this brewery.
Yeah.
They allow dogs. They have fire
Yeah.
pits. It's innovative. It's almost like your backyard.
Yeah.
So
that's also like the beautiful part about the Wharf. We just talked about the Wharf, like that outside bar with all those beach games. It gives your family an opportunity to unwind. Like, your kids are out of your hair. They're over there playing all the different beach games. The adults get to have a couple socials. Everybody gathers.
Experiences.
100%, dude.
And I think
start a bar. Let's go. Start a bar.
Let's do it. And that's, oh God, here we go. And let's do it. And that's the thing that I think is good though, because then, all right, it's a cold winter day. Let's go into the Seaview. Let's sit there for 3-4 hours, watch the Flyers game. Like it's going to happen. It all comes around, but I don't think there's this drastic dip because of a couple breweries popping up in your county. It doesn't, to me, you do what you do. You like what you like.
But and just a quick shout out again. That was a fun day. I talked about it on my Mondays with Mick. I talked about it with Gil as well in the ESPN segment. And dude, that was a great day. Thank you again for having us out there. Just good people, good camaraderie, great place. Shout out Greg. Those guys, that's a special place, man. It really is. I'm gonna make it a pact to go there at least once or twice a year for the rest of my life.
Oh, I love that. That's great to hear. Yeah, there's some really good people down there in Cape. Like we always talk about on here, we kid around, but I made it my home. Like, I lived there for 3 years. It wasn't just like I visited. I lived there. I was there in January. So that place is packed for wing night in January. It's packed on Sunday when we went in there. I kind of texted everybody I could think about that was down the shore and say, hey, we're gonna have a little get together on last Sunday before the 4th. So it was a great time, great people. That's a good little bar down there, and those locals that work that bar and do it, they work their ass off, and they really are just good folks. So yeah,
yep.
Great time, man. Good camaraderie, a really hodgepodge of folks, man, and it was good for you to meet kind of my fam and everybody, and you get to hang. So shout out to Patton, legendary Patton.
Oh my God, did you hear about Patton? Did you hear about his hole-in-one?
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't hole-in-one? Every I went up to him after he was talking to everybody, whether he was talking about it or not. I'm like, please stop talking about your hole-in-one. No, it's
so shout out Sean Patton, general manager of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, good friend, near and dear to the Samboner page, all us misfits out there. He's walking up and down the beach like every single day. He's taking calls. He's trying to bring in all these new guys for the team. But this guy, dude, you know what? I'm going to vent real quick. I'm going to vent. I've been playing golf my entire life, Colin. At one point, I was playing 175 rounds a year. It's dwindled down since I've had kids. I still get out 30, 35 times a year.
Wow.
I carry an 8 handicap, okay? 8 handicap. I have never had a hole-in-one. Never. I have 5,000 rounds of golf under my belt. I never have a hole-in-one. This guy one day goes out, decides to play 9 holes with his buddy, pulls out a 7-iron from 135 yards, and knocks one in for his first hole-in-one. Like, are you kidding me?
I love it. That's golf, though. I mean, that's what makes it great. And, I can't wait. I'm going to hit one day. Can't wait for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to buy rounds. Can't wait to buy rounds.
Oh, dude, as soon as I hit a hole-in-one, I'm walking off the course, heading right to the clubhouse.
It's over. That's like me anytime I hit a good shot anyways. I'm like, all right, good. Let me leave on this shot. Please take me to the clubhouse. Give me a BLT and a cold brew. Thank you. Maybe a pickle.
Shout out BLT. Do you put cheese on your BLT?
Absolutely not. Mayo.
Mayo, yeah.
A little bit of mayo. And again, the mayo trick with everything, folks, is not a lot. When you get the Italian hoagie and you squeeze it and the mayo comes everywhere, we don't want any of that. We just want a nice slather. So when the oil and vinegar gets down in there and the lettuce and the peppers get down in there, it creates this kind of au jus for a hoagie.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. Not too much, just enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we could talk about that forever. Mayo and oil on an Italian hoagie is the way to go.
Yep.
You got to lube it up. You got to lube it up. And there's Italians out there, some of the biggest gurus on the Samboner planet. Danny, the guy from La Piccolo's. Absolutely. You got to put mayo in Italian. It's how you lube it up. It's lubrication.
No comment. We move forward.
Oh my God. This is probably a good segue to just jump into our top 5 condiment segment.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, Mick. I appreciate it. Yeah, so Mick and I are doing a lot more rankings now. It's so much fun and it's good banter. So for me, I whipped this up quick for the show and I take it very seriously. And Mick's like, just grip it and rip it because that's what he does best. All right, for me, my top 5. Number 5, mayo. Number 4, the vinegar sauce that goes on oysters. I think that's awesome. Get a little chopped onions in it, the little red wine vinegar you pour on the oysters. I think that's fantastic. Blue cheese at 3, any of the Hank sauce at 2, and then to me, traditional and always around and so good, spicy mustard. That's my top 5. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know where I went wrong. Please do. I'm sure you will.
See, I think like spicy. That's awesome, dude. It's a good list. Shout out to the oyster. Shout out. I think it's either mustard or mayo, right? And I've been lately putting more mustard on my sandwiches than mayo. Trying to keep.
Well, I mean, it's different on a sandwich. A good hot dog, a good piece of sausage or bratwurst with spicy mustard. Oh, or like you have crackers and whatever, and a little spicy mustard on there, a little Grey Poupon maybe. That's what I like, pal. That's
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
That's what my dad would say. He would. We'll be like whatever, the Gardenville Inn, and I want to dip it in my fries. I'm like, better than mayo, I guess.
Oh my God! All right, I'll unwind the top 5 here. I didn't put too much thought into this. It could change next week. It could change the week after that. But I would be doing mayonnaise also a disservice if I didn't have them in my top 5. But again, I've been using more spicy mustard as of recent. But mayonnaise, I put it on Italians, put it on practically everything. You make it with everything. That's number 5. Number 4, shout out to Truff. If you ever had the white truffle hot sauce, it's pretty expensive, dude. It's like $35 a bottle, and it gets you nowhere. But this shit is completely off the charts. I've had a couple bottles recently, and you can practically eat it. You can drink it. It's so good. Shout out to Hank's. Number 3, the cilantro. We put that on everything. We go through it like hotcakes. I put it on eggs. I put it on burgers. I put it on tacos. I put it on steak, flank steak, like everything you could possibly imagine. I use the cilantro for. Number 2, can't go wrong with a nice little white Alabama barbecue sauce. The white Alabama sauce, mostly major barbecue establishments serve it. Put on a nice little hot pork sandwich. There's nothing better. It's like crack. Again, I've never had crack before, but it's like crack. And then last but not least, blue cheese. I'm an absolute blue cheese lover. I dip my balls in blue cheese. It's amazing. Like blue cheese or ranch, right? I don't understand that. Like why restaurants offer ranch if they have blue cheese, but I guess people do have a preference to dip their wings in ranch. I'm a blue cheese guy. I always ask for extra blue cheese. Blue cheese for the win, number 1.
No doubt. It's great. It's a phenomenal list. And it's, like you said earlier before the show, you could redo this list. If we really focus and spend like a year on it, like I did my top 10 bars of that I've ever been to. They can always move, right? But at the end of the day, it's a great list. And I think, again, we're on the same page about mayo and blue cheese. It's just like you can't, how do you go wrong? Like I'll do back in the day when I was really, putting my weight on. I'm doing wings, dipping blue cheese. I'm keeping the blue cheese for the wrap or the cheesesteak or the hook. I'm dipping it. It's good. You can't beat it.
You like crumbled blue cheese?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, nice little crumbled blue cheese burger with some bacon.
Oh my God, man alive.
Let's go, man alive. That was fun. We got some good criticism back from the beer list we dropped. It's not easy, man. There's a ton of good beers out there, but the top 5 are list. Continue to rip those off.
Dan Brown's. Every light beer you can name, he's just like, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, Ultra. I mean, I love the guy. He's a freaking character.
When you're shredded like that, dude, you can't be drinking anything heavy.
The guy's unreal. The guy is one of a kind.
If anybody has any suggestions, I know we bring this up a lot, the Samboner hotline, it's pretty much the DM. Shoot us a video, shoot us a message, shoot us whatever. If you have ideas, you want us to rank something that you think would be relevant to the Samboner show, hit us up. We're open to anything. More to come on that. But,
What do you got with the Phils, Mick?
Yeah, like I said, this is it. The break of the year. This is when things get exciting. And, at one point, Kyle, I think we talked about it like a month ago. No, probably more like 6 weeks ago. We were, 5-6 games under 500, the Phillies? And, we're thinking to ourselves, if these guys don't get their shit together, this summer could be a downward spiral, complete bust. But nope, they turned it around. And
that's the thing with baseball. That's great, though, right? One bat gets hot. One, you could look back at a turning point and be like, that double or that catch or that strikeout is a turning point of season. It's really unique in baseball. I think that's very unique to that sport where you get a little momentum, you get a little juice. Turner hits one off the wall, and you're like, oh, he's back. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of the interesting piece of where the Phillies stand. So today they're 48-41 overall. They came off a very positive 18-8 June. They're above 500 in July. Unfortunately, came off 2 losses to Miami, who's a very good baseball team, right going into the 4th of July or the MLB All-Star game. Their next 5 series here in July: San Diego under 500, Milwaukee great team, Cleveland good team, Baltimore good team, Pittsburgh under 500. And here's the 2 outliers that, in my opinion, right? I think we got a ton of talent. I think we're going to make a great run here, like we did last year, and catapult us, into the playoffs. But dude, Bryce Harper at the break, 3 home runs. Kyle Schwarber at the break, batting 184, and we're 48-41.
Yeah. No Rhys Hoskins.
Or 48. Are we 48, 41 or 48-31? I got there.
I don't know. They're doing well, though. I know that. I'll say this as you look that up. I don't know, man. I'm a Rhys fan. 40 what? What do you got?
41, 48-41.
Yeah, I'm a Rhys fan. I think that's a huge blow. Baseball, you need bats, lots of them, not just 3 at the top and then a drop off. So I think that was a huge blow. I mean, that's obvious. I know that, but it's good to see Castellanos doing better, right? Their investment paying off there a little bit. And I'm excited. Like I said, I barely tune in because I just can't until now. But now it heats up. It gets me through training camp a little bit every season. From a football perspective, all right, it's at night.
But there's nothing better than just you having the sound of the game on, or it's on the tube, and you're hosting guests. It's just part of the background, and there's not, again, for me, sitting on a beach chair, putting the tunes on and listening to the Phils game on the beach. It's the best.
I watch baseball a lot like I watch soccer, and everyone's like, "Oh, soccer, these guys are soft. I don't know how you watch it." I watch it very similarly. You could be on your phone, you could be social. If the announcer starts to get loud in soccer, you just turn your head to the TV and then you figure it out. Either going to be a penalty kick, it's a big play, there's a fight, whatever. Baseball, very similar. It's very casual. Now, going to the games like you brought up because of how short the games are, if you go run to the bathroom, take a pee, and grab a beer, the inning's already over. So you got to be good with your time there, Mickey, and make sure you get 6 beers when you order next time.
Yeah, no, we're in for a fun run here. Enjoy the summer. And it's going to only heat up, and then we'll be home before you know it, rooting the fighting Phils on to make another
football season will be starting, right? It's when it just heats back up again, and kids are back in school, and Mick and I are still screaming in your ear. So, Mick, I'm excited for next week, man. We already have a lot of great traction behind it, but Avalon, Stone Harbor, talk about that to the folks.
That's loaded, right? That's a loaded conversation. I mean, we're trying to hit all these islands. The location episodes have been a huge success. Can't thank everybody enough, all the small businesses chiming in, supporting the shows. We're doing our best to showcase these places. We got a great production team behind us that can, provide you the social presence that we're doing. But, Avalon and Stone Harbor, again, hold a near and dear place in my heart. Grew up in Stone Harbor. Thanks to my Uncle Mick, rest in peace, Uncle Mick, 108th Street, 96th Street, the legendary 96th Street. Damn, man, it continues to evolve. It continues to change. I don't know if you've seen it across Fred's Tavern anymore, the big reeds, it's unbelievable. It's a monstrosity, but we're going to highlight Avalon and Stone Harbor next week. We're going to do our best. We have some really cool businesses already chiming in, looking to support the page. Next week, that episode should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, so am I. It's a place near and dear to my heart. I've talked about in this show. I lost one of my best friends this year. And I really found Avalon because of him. It's a shame, it hurts my, it's very close to me. So all these places at Concord and all these places we're talking about on this list, I'm like, man, I didn't get to go there. The Fred's Tavern today, dude.
He's a Fred's Tavern guy. He lived right on 39th Street.
Shout out Fred's Tavern, baby.
Yeah, man. He lived right next. Was that Jack's right there on like 38th or 39th?
Jack's
and
place.
And the Bay, Jack's place. So we you know,
God,
we would sit on his front porch and the line would come down the street back when it was open. So no, I'm excited, man. It's a really cool place. It's another cool part of the shore. We're working down. We've hit a bunch already. If you miss Wildwood, check it out. Sea Isle, check it out. Cape May's coming in really, I think the best time of year in Cape May is the fall. It's unbelievable. So yeah, we're excited for next week, man. I'm jacked. And if you have any businesses or any places that you guys want us to shout out, maybe little holes in the walls that we may have missed other than the obvious, reach out to Mick and I, either at Not For Long Media, the Samboner Show, or the Samboners.
Yeah.
That's
Good
it,
stuff.
Mickey.
Yeah,
as they
stuff,
say,
yeah.
I was listening to Ajiz yesterday. They're like, when the material runs out, it's over, baby.
Go grab yourself a beer. It's a beautiful time to be a Samboner. We're in high gear beer month. Go shout out a local favorite. Just crack open one. Give us your presence. Give us a little taste of your personality, your character. That's what Samboning's all about. We're here having fun. And we're not asking for much. But again, it's a great time to be a Samboner. Appreciate all the love and support out there. You know, we're going to keep on Samboning. I hope you keep on Samboning too. That's all I got today, Kyle.
MaGerks, love you. Fudge Kitchen, thank you.
The Wharf, keep on Samboning, baby. That is the place to be this summer.
Yes, it is. All right, guys, enjoy. Samboner out.
Samboner out.